That's very nice. Thank you. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live, where we spend some time together meditating and centered ourselves in the spiritual presence of life. My name is Nancy Woods. I'm the assistant minister here, and Reverend Mike had to take a night off, so I'm replacing him. So, welcome to those that are here and those online, and even if you are watching us later. So, this is the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, and we are meditating and spending some time just sitting in the presence tonight. And one of our new practitioners is joining me tonight. So welcome, Jeannie, to help me start this. And you know, we start this service, each and every service, with the lighting the flames of faith, and I call the service. One of the most beautiful things I think about that is that we honor anybody that's on the spiritual path, whichever way you decide to do it. And so we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So as Jenny lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalist religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we hold for them here in our hearts and in our lives. And as Jenny lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flames of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender. I surrender. I trust in God.
I know that there is one light that shines brightly, one power, one loving, compassionate, higher spirit. I know there is no dualism in my life. There is only God. There is only love. There is only one. I know that I'm united with this one, that this power runs through me as me. And I'm not only united with this power, but with everyone I come in contact with. As I say hello, I am saying that the God in me salutes the God in you. I realize that as we go deep inside with our meditation tonight, that the Spirit speaks to us, that we can trust that we will hear what we need to hear, feel what we need to feel, and realize what we need to realize. We will sit still. I will sit still and listen. And even though my mind wanders, I will concentrate, breathe, and listen. I'm thankful for this time on this Wednesday to get real and heal, and I'm thankful for Reverend Nancy and our center, and I am thankful that we have the tools to communicate with our inner soul. So I simply release my word to the law that always says yes, yes, my beloved. I let go and let God, as together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Today, because we do meditate here, I wanted to talk about a practice that has been around for centuries, and I believe this practice is more important today than ever. And of course, that's the practice of meditation. In our fast-paced, constantly connected world, we are bombarded with information, distractions, and stressors. Our minds are constantly thinking, constantly like, what am I going to do tomorrow? What's my agenda? And our bodies are often in a state of tension. And in the midst of this chaos and all of this, we have meditation. Meditation offers a sanctuary, a place of peace and stillness where we can find refuge. For me, meditation is more than just a temporary escape. It is a powerful tool for cultivating my inner peace, clarity, and resilience. I first began to meditate about 12, 15 years ago. I went to Shambhala in Colorado, and that's a form of Buddhism. And I was taught by a Zen monk. And Zen is a little bit stricter of the way you sit, where you put your hands, how you breathe. And it was very difficult. And I thought, I'm not going to make 30 or 45 minutes. It seemed impossible. But I realized after having a practice for over 12 years that it didn't have to be that way. I could find a way of sitting. I could find a way of breathing that was comfortable for me. So after both sitting and walking meditation, I can't imagine a day without my practice. When I meditate, I am training my mind to focus, to let go of distractions, and to be present in the moment. This, for me, helps to reduce stress and anxiety, and it also enhances my ability to concentrate, make decisions, and navigate the challenges with grace and ease. I've also done a retreat at Spirit Rock. Jack Kornfield, the founder of Spirit Rock, describes meditation like this. He said, our mind is like a puppy, jumping and bouncing all over the place. It wants to go off on tangents. And when we sit on the cushion, it wants to go off and do something, like a frisky puppy. That's the time that we need to say to our mind, stay, but I want to stay. And that's, for me, when I first start meditating, and even now, when I first go into my meditation, that happens. Meditation has helped me not to just instantly react to something. Take a beat. Think before I speak. My life is happier and going more in the direction I want. Beside my own positive individual success with meditation, I've done some research, and there's a lot of health benefits. I've been working on lowering my blood pressure with meditation, and it helps boost the immune system, improve sleep, and even slow down aging. We all like that, huh? So by taking care of my mental and emotional well-being through meditation, I'm also taking care of my personal physical health. The most profound impact of my meditation has been my relationships, not only with myself, but cultivating my awareness with other people. I feel I'm more compassionate, more empathetic, and as I become more centered and grounded within myself, I naturally am being more present, and authenticity is happening more in my interactions. So I urge you to take a few moments each day and sit in stillness, to quiet the noise of the outside world, and to listen to the wisdom that resides within you. Whether you choose to meditate 5 minutes or 50, the important thing is to make it a regular part of your routine. What I do is I use Insight Timer on my phone. So as you meditate tonight, give the idea of a meditation practice a chance. Your mind and body will thank you for it, and I also thank you. Thank you. So we have a few announcements. I'm a practitioner, and we have 2 ministers here if you need a 2-minute tune-up. The Visioning for Life class with Reverend Dr. Maureen starts tomorrow, April 25th at 6:30. Sign up in Sparks Hall or contact Melissa for registration. Children's beginning drums and beginning guitar, theater, and Tai Chi meditation are ongoing classes. I'm doing theater this Saturday at 10 to 11:30. If you would like to sponsor a child, please contact Reverend Nicole or Melissa. Summer music camp, the music part will be July 8th through 12th. And then my theater is going to be July 15th through 19th. We would love for the congregation to help spread the news. Please grab a few flyers out there and share with the community. Thank you and enjoy your meditation.
I get to hit this Mike's toy. That wasn't loud enough. By the way, Dr. Maureen's class has been postponed. It hit me. It had to be postponed. Not totally canceled, but postponed. And you can call the office to find out when. I always feel like it's a privilege for people to allow me to sit here and share my spiritual path. And my whole life is my spiritual path. I find myself in some way in everything I do begin to look at am I breaking this principle or am I working this principle? So tonight, and I'm in a class called The Power of Decision by Dr. Barker. He was one of my first teachers. So it tells you how long ago, because he no longer is here, but it's been a long time. And it's really interesting when we revisit spirituality. And I appreciate what Jenny said about meditation. Meditation is one of those tools, but it's so many tools. And just like you have so many different spiritual paths, it seems like all of them have some nice little nuggets that can be utilized to help us on our spiritual path. Meditation is one of those avenues which I have been introduced to my inner teacher more than any of the other tools that I have. Well, treatment works for me too. I mean, prayer works for me too. But I think meditation is the one that really has taken me to that place where I was reassured that there is an inner presence that's willing to guide me whenever, whenever I can open my consciousness to it. So one of the things that I found going back into a class is a tap on the shoulder to remind me about the many ways in which we can be more aware of how we're utilizing our consciousness. Because to me, that's the avenue through which we create in our experience, that our avenue. And it's also a reinforcement of a lot of the truths that that I have come to feel like that we are practicing when we on this on a spiritual path. So if y'all are used to Reverend Mike, you're going to get a little different take on it with me. I'm beginning to learn. I've been here a while. Beginning to learn to utilize my method. So I'm still developing it. And for years, I did what they taught, the different teachers taught. And then once I found that I had an inner teacher, going to it and being guided by it is what my work and my whole process is now. And the best thing I can say about it, it is the greatest freedom that I ever found in my life is listening to my inner teacher. I don't know why it was told to me many times, but I found out I really do know what's best for myself. And I think that in my younger years, I was really one of those people that was totally into education. I spent probably adult years, probably over half, about 25 or 30 years in some kind of school. And one of the things that I learned is that the imprint that we get from others, it's kind of, it's layers. And so you're trying to figure, am I doing it right? And so now I find that I'm trying to listen to my heart and say, is that what my heart wants? Is this what is bringing forth the greatest amount of joy? This is what the love in me it helps it flow. So this book, The Power of Decision, is really a wonderful class. I mean, the discussions are fascinating. The various experience they have, because one of the things that that we are talking about in this is that learning that the consciousness that we are experiencing is that one consciousness of life. Honoring it, honoring that consciousness is the same consciousness that brought both everything. And one of the ways that I have found it for me to gather an appreciation of how powerful it is that I can look at a tree and look at all those leaves, just one tree, and know every leaf on that tree is different, is unique. And think about how many trees there is in the world. Then I can think of that from that place. Then it helps me accept people a little bit more. You know, I can accept that the uniqueness of God is what I'm being exposed to with each person. So I think that one of the things I wanted to do tonight was take you to a meditation process that I experienced. And it's a little abbreviate from what I experienced. But I find that sometimes it's the kind of it kind of gets me to appreciate the fact that there is a spirit within me, that there is a divine presence. And I know that that presence is in everybody. And I found that when I do it with a group, it's enhanced. There seems to be I begin to understand that I'm saying it's the vibration. You always walk in a room and say they bad vibes. Or, we used to say that like casually, but it's actually a vibration of energy that everybody brings into a place. Everybody brings some. So what I thought I would do tonight is do this one, this particular meditation. I was going to read something there, but it doesn't fit right now. So, and what I wanted to do is to invite everybody to think about it from the place that we are journeying to that inner awareness, even though it's one. We all have an individual connection to that one. And I have found the way to find it is to look for it. And I'm very aware that everybody has their own path of finding it, okay? But that's why I wanted to invite you, each one of you, to join me. Even though I would use this guided process, I want each person to know that going to that place is a personal journey. It is a personal journey for each one. And the energy, the awareness, the understanding that that presence is awaiting our recognition of it is part of the spiritual path that I feel like we all are on. And the more we, as Jen said, more we get with it, the more we are able to witness its guidance and witness its gifts and witness its presence. Because according to how Barker taught, he said everybody, I'm paraphrasing this, everybody has a way in which they can connect and flow, because there is a uniqueness in every way and avenue through which, just like the uniqueness of every leaf on the tree, there's a uniqueness from each one of us of how that spirit's going to come forth. And that's why it's so intriguing and so important for me. My whole thing is, let's all of us find it and share it, because I feel like it's the answer to everything that we got that's going on. And one of the things that I also found out is that all the teachers have told us and taught us that it takes this one. Think about how people like one person has influenced a whole society, and they were being guided by their spiritual energy. And everybody has that spiritual energy. Everyone, absolutely everyone. And I think if people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King and Well, we attribute to Jesus, Buddha, all these people got in touch with that same thing that's in every one of us. And then let it guide you. I'm sure there was times that they stepped off that path. But one of the things I learned since I've got in touch with it, not to get upset when I get off. I just said, all right, come back. Let's try some more. Because that's the most important part. So I want to kind of join me in this process. I'm excited to see where your mind takes you. So get comfortable. Allow yourself to just let go. And I'm going to move to try to, I'm going to allow the Spirit guide me and how to do this. As I seek to know and to express, the light and the energy of the divine. So as we sit comfortably, we can choose in this moment to let go. Now, I recommend that if you can, just take a deep breath. And let it go. And that next deep breath, feel like it's going all the way down to your toes. Just take it deep and just breathe in your whole body's energy of the divine presence. And allow it to, as you release it, allow it to bring out that. Anything that's uptight or anything, just breathe it out. Let it go. Now as we feel the seats that are supporting us, recognizing it's a true blend, and not knowing where it starts, where you leave off, or where the air begins and your skin ends. To let that know that we are blending with that which is. And we're going to turn our focus towards the earth. In recognition that it too is joining us and being part of the divine in expression. Recognizing the oneness, the true connection with the earth itself. And as we feel how the earth is truly grounding us in the here and now, it's only the here and now. Nothing else exists except the now. Acknowledging the earth and bringing our focus up to our hearts. Acknowledging the core of our love. And its infinite presence. And now we take our mind above, just above our heads. And in your mind's eye, just imagine that there's that universal energy, that power, and that presence, that all-knowing and all this creative energy is bringing forth the flow of the divine energy into our being. And as we feel it's entering the top of our heads, this beautiful light of being, this beautiful love, energy of the divine flowing in and through and into our center of awareness, of knowing that we are consciously aware. And as it comes through, any thoughts that are unlike the perfection of being just falls away. The light is actually the infinite presence. It's the core of all that we are. And as it flows down, we know that it is flowing into our awareness and our acknowledgement of it as it flows through our throats. And as we acknowledge this flow of the divine energy, we invite it to flow with its love and our love, knowing the oneness of this love is so. It's enough love in this place, in this beingness. Feel the world. But it is no end to it. It is an infinite presence in itself. And as it flows through our heart, we acknowledge as it goes on through. It invites us to appreciate the ability and the wonder of being able to create and to bring newness, because spirit constantly is new. So you bring the newness, and it's the newness that is our newness. Individual, yet one. And the newness flows on down to bring forth that humanistic awareness of being able to be harmonious and appreciate the beauty of being, appreciating our own beauty, our own sense of loving the unity of being. And as our consciousness moves on, it moves to that place of total unification, where we realize that we all are avenues to which the love of the universe, the wisdom of the universe, the joy, the newness of bringing forth greater expressions of being. We are the way in which this comes into this human level of expression. We acknowledge it. We embrace it. So as this energy flows, anything that was sensing to be not as a divine flow, just let it be washed onto the earth itself. As the earth is honored to transform this energy into its divine purpose. So we let it be. So in this state of knowing that we are, truly are, the love of the universe, utilizing the law of being, let the harmony and greatness come forth. And as we sit in the quietness of being, let's allow ourselves to be still and bathe in the wonder of who and what we are. Just let it be. This garden of the divine. Since we let go, sit in the silence for about 15 minutes. pause and be gentle. Bring our minds and our hearts back to this moment. A moment of consciousness, of recognizing that which has guided us to be here, to share this time with each other. We acknowledge it. We honor it. Knowing that it is the foundation of our whole being. Knowing that it is love at its highest vibration. Knowing that this love is what has moved each and everything that we are experiencing and that we do experience. This is that greater love. That love that is the love of the universe itself. That love that has granted us an opportunity to be here, to know and to understand that we are privileged to be the authors of our own creative experience of expressing life. Knowing that creative energy that we are choosing to own up to and to embrace is founded in an awareness of all-knowing, all-powerful, and fully loving. And as we claim this and embrace this idea, we recognize that it is able to not only bless each and every one of us, but we are able to acknowledge that it is blessing all those that are open and receptive and able to experience life itself. And knowing this is knowing that that sense of wholeness, sense of health, that sense of joy, that sense of peace, all beings have access to it in this moment. And to the extent that they reach for it, it is theirs. It is ours. It is whoever claims it. And as we move forward in our experience of being, it's with this sense of oneness that tells us that we are able to see that the beauty and the perfection of each one in its own uniqueness is just an expanded experience of awareness. We see their health, we see their joy, we see the creative newness that each one is bringing. We see that we can choose to know this truth. And as we bring it about within ourselves, we bring it about with all those that come into our experience and those around us. We willingly step in to be a light, not only for ourselves, but for all those in our experience. This has been a joyous revelation of being alive. And we acknowledge this together as we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And thank all of those online. And knowing that this is a wonderful time together. We invite each and every one to join us on Sundays. We have a 9 a.m. service and a 10:30 service. And we'll be here next week again to join each other in harmony and peace. And for that opportunity, we say thank you and bless all.